Hey girl, hey! Buttercup and I are back for another episode, and today's focus is 100% going to be Buttercup. I am 3 months into being a snake mom. And here are some of the things that I've learned about myself, mainly. Because, yeah. Here's some of the things I learned about myself. Well, actually, before I even get to that. So first, hi everyone. Welcome back. Super glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devyn. This is Buttercup. This page is really about just some of my musings, some of the thoughts that come in my head, some of the things that go on. It's a hot mess, but that's kind of what I am. I'm very much, the point of this is to be as authentic as possible. So, now that that's out of the way, Buttercup. So, I got Buttercup back in September. I have had Buttercup for 3 months now. And in one of my previous videos, I shared about the fact that I could not, in the first few days that I had Buttercup, I couldn't even get him out of the enclosure myself. I was super excited about having this snake. I really wanted him. And decided that I just had to have him. So it wasn't necessarily that it was an impulse purchase. I had been doing my research. I just should have not bought him in September. I should have maybe waited till November. But I'm glad I did. As you see, he's like, if you don't stop moving, you're confusing me, lady. You're confusing me. Just stay wrapped around my wrist and we won't have any issues, sir. Okay. So one thing I really remembered is snakes gonna snake and they're gonna do whatever it is that they want to do, which 9 times out of 10 is not what I want them to do. 9 times out of 10 is not what I want him to do, but that's okay. So that's what I've learned. I've learned that here's the thing. I still have moments where I freak out about him. Like when he poops on me, because y'all, he done shat on me 4 times now in the 3 months that I've had him. Sometimes when he moves too quickly, it triggers my brain to thinking danger. But say hello, Buttercup. Let's move closer to the camera so that they can see you, because you are what's cute. I am just a byproduct. Just kidding. I have really just gotten more comfortable with him. I've gotten more comfortable. I get him out. I no longer use the hook to get him out. I don't even rub him to let him know, hey, I'm here. We feed live. And he actually hasn't eaten in probably about a month. Maybe a month and a half now? Man, no. It's definitely been a month since he's eaten. We feed live and we let him hunt. I know people feel some kind of way about it, but it seems silly to me because in the wild, in Africa, he's this little snaky. Now, this wouldn't be a snaky out in Africa, but point is, a snake is not going to go out into the wild and go look for a frozen thawed rat and be like, that's the one I want. So, that's my thought process. I also don't enjoy it. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we feed live. What I personally do not like about the feeding live is there's been 2 times since we've had him. They get fed weekly. And we feed him a little, some small rat. And the 2 times that he has chosen not to eat since we've had him, the boyfriend has had to get the rat out of the enclosure because I just don't know why I can't do that. I just can't do it. Because even once when we get the rat, I get the rat and I dump it in his enclosure. I don't touch it at all. But to get it out, you don't have to, but we use tongs. And I got some rat tongs. Y'all, it's a whole thing. I got some rat tongs, and yeah, the boyfriend is fantastic, y'all. And it's even better because he definitely told me, this is your snake and you're going to do all the things with it. And luckily, he has been very helpful. So as you see, I have gotten super comfortable with him. He loves to be on my, like, I know I just put him kind of on my glasses, but like, that's his favorite place to be because he feels like he can put his heavy body on him. I thought I had a scale, so I need to weigh him. So that is also a thing that I need to learn. So I'm still learning his habitat situation. I had a bioactive enclosure set up for him when he first got there. And so a bioactive enclosure is just basically an enclosure that it has live plants. And we have a crew, isopods and springtails and things like that will eat his poo. He's also, he doesn't eat a lot. He eats once a week. So that's also a little bit hard with a bioactive enclosure. Not necessarily all of, it can be done and it will be done. But as you saw in another video, I mentioned, I don't even remember which video it was named, but either way, I mentioned the fact that I had it was probably called Snake Mom Fail, because I definitely thought it was a fail. He was really dirty on his undercarriage belly. See, I don't even have all the words to the snake life down yet. But his belly was, man, I wish I could get a better view of what, he's sliding down my sleeve. But just to watch his muscles go is just crazy. But yeah, so his underneath, which is normally super, he says, if you don't stop. So I try to leave him on my wrist, but also, then what am I supposed to do? Because I put my arm down and then he wants to go everywhere else. But anyway, but his underbelly was dirty. And so I thought it was something because somebody saw the video and was like, oh, scale rot? And I was like, what? She's like, no, it can't be scale rot because it's your snake and there's no way it could have got scale rot in that short amount of time. But you know what? What happened? My brain went running. And then I went into a panic mode, and one night I just was in a tizzy, panicking about it, and emptied out all of his dirt. All of it. And because I wasn't sure whether it was good dirt or not, and we didn't want to, if it was, because it's an infection, I didn't know if it could, I didn't think it could transmit to the spiders, but I didn't want to use the dirt for these spiders, so we just threw it outside. Come to find out, he just really needed to shed, and it literally, as soon as he shed, he went back to normal. I was like, goodness. Now that I done destroyed your home, put him in a temporary small enclosure, and he already needs a new enclosure right now anyway, because maybe you don't, but sometimes you get an enclosure and you're like, this is gonna be the great size, and then you get him and you're like, I think it needs bigger. And so he definitely needs bigger. And my thing is I just kind of want to get him the next enclosure I buy him. I kind of just want it to be his forever home size. But that is not the dollar bills that we are spending at this particular season and this particular moment. But yeah, so I'm gonna get him a new enclosure, but right now his enclosure is wood, cypress mulch. I'm not a fan, but I feel like I don't want to do a whole lot of work in his current enclosure because I know I'm gonna upgrade him, and I know I'm gonna use that enclosure for some other animal, because let's just keep it real. I've opened up Pandora's box because the boyfriend's definitely told me that when I finish my master's, my graduation gift is a rainbow boa. Y'all don't understand. And I'm getting it as a baby. I'm getting a rainbow boa baby. Maybe he doesn't know that, but I don't want a grown boa. I want a baby. I want a baby for myself. I want a baby for all of the people in my life, to help them get used to, because a boa and a ball python are going to be two different types of snakes in my house. So, but yeah. And also, I'm probably going to get a bearded dragon, some crested geckos. Yeah, I have like completely flipped into this reptile person. I'm just into them. I'm anxious is not the word. I'm apprehensive. Like, bearded dragons move so fast. Crested geckos move so fast. The snake can move fast, but I'm able to grab him. He actually doesn't move that fast. I'm able to grab him up. Like, 'cause I put him down. He gets to go on nature outside adventures. He went on a nature adventure at one point since we've had him. I put him in the house, and he doesn't really go too far. It's actually kind of cool because I have set him on the kitchen table in a box with like my sweater. So he was sitting like in a little nest. So he was sitting on basically in a nest on the kitchen table, and he didn't move. Because I was sitting at the table, and then I needed to get up and do something, and I was like, oh my God, something's going to happen to him. And nothing. So, one of the things that I have really, really started to like is to show people that a couple of things. One thing is, one of the comments that the boyfriend and I get with the tarantulas is, oh, that's not a black people thing. What? That's some white people shit. What? You have a snake? That's some white people shit. Also, pardon the language. I don't understand why it is that it's one race or another that likes these things. It's just people. And what it is that maybe the black community is not able to access some of these things because of fears, because of whatever the reasoning. And we don't want no bugs, we don't want no whatever, and a lot of it also comes to do with, I don't want an extra mouth to feed, I don't want something else to have to take care of. And I mean, I get that. And also, liking something doesn't have to make you, I mean, I even said to somebody that I was gonna have, when I have my goats, I'm gonna do goat yoga, and they were like, ugh, that's some white people shit. And I was like, no, it is not. Can we stop with that? And then also, I've literally said it, and I'm like, ugh. This and Dr. Pepper are a weakness of mine. So the new year's gonna bring new things. One of them has got to be cut back. It's probably the one with the caffeine, but we ain't there yet. And also, can we just send some, like, I know I just ADD'd, but can we just send some like prayers and good vibes for these like itty bitty ass nails? Ugh, language. These little nails, like, my fingers look so much prettier when I have long nails. But also, so back to Buttercup. I just want to show people that it's okay. It's okay to have a snake. It's okay to like unique things. I love our tarantulas. It's such a cool thing to witness. I love my little snaky. And you know, I just want to show, it's hard because I just want to be like, yo, I promise you, he's literally not going to do anything. It's fantastic. Let's do it. And we fight in our fears. But we don't always get to face our fears. And sometimes our fears are deeper than we think they are. And sometimes they're rooted in something completely different other than this fear. I am afraid of birds because when I was younger, I lived in an old house, and I'm sorry, like I was literally zoned. I lived in a old house, and these bats would find a way to get in the house all the time. Okay? And so I would turn the light on to the little kitchen nook, and let me tell you, without fail, like more times than I can count, a bird or bat would come literally flying. Okay, my little self said flying at me, but not flying at me, just flying away. Flying at me because the light is on. Yeah. And then, man, more times than I can count. And then there have been plenty of times where I remember another time where I was sitting in my beanbag chair and I went to go sit down and there was a dead bird next to me because the bird had gotten hit in the head with the ceiling fan. So, this is like, I don't even know, was my brother even born yet? So in the first 7 years of my life, I had a lot of what I would call bird trauma. And like, I wanted birds, but then I would see too many examples of birds being buttholes. Buttercup, we're not gonna do this. Thank you. Birds being buttholes, and I'd be like, no, because I used to want a bird. I used to want a parakeet, y'all. Then the ex-husband and I almost got a sun conure. Green cheek, yeah, a sun con. Oh God, but he was so friendly and so pretty. We're working on that. Working on that. The bird can't hurt me any more than the snake can hurt me. Can bite me, and the bird can peck me. But also, so can anything. So, yeah. I didn't really learn much. I've just gotten more comfortable. And I have just enjoyed learning new things and watching him go, and like it's just his underneath. Doesn't that look so weird, it doing that? Yeah, it is. And it's just as weird touching him. He's like, I don't like that. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I just get so excited and so, like, I just like doing him and moving him in all sorts of ways to see if he can maneuver out of it. And he's like, girl, I'm not new to this. I'm not new to any of this. I know how to finagle my way out of a situation. So, I didn't learn anything new. I'm not going to say new. I didn't learn anything. Okay, I'm going to stop saying I didn't learn anything, because I did. It's been a nice little learning experience. It's been fun getting to know myself and explore some things. And you bet you will definitely see more of Mr. Buttercups. Especially as it gets warmer, we're going to go on some nice little outside adventures. I was trying to see if I could get you to see how long he is. He's not that, like, everybody's like, oh, he's so long. He's maybe 2 feet. Maybe 2 feet. Maybe. All right, that's it. Yeah, I don't want to look at my legs and my snaky. So, all right, Buttercup, let's say bye to everybody. Let's move the camera. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, try new things. Okay, that's not a remember. But try new things. You might like them. I'm excited to keep trying new things and learning new things about myself and about others and about creation. And yeah. Okay, that was it. It's very random, very hot, messy, but yeah. So, remember, this is what you do remember. This is what you do remember. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are enough. Bye.